Hi everybody, my name is Matt Helms. I'm here at Cocoa Beach. It's a beautiful day here, a little bit of wind. I've got just enough time before I go kiteboarding to test out, give a little review of the new Core kiteboard system. They've come up with a lot of innovations that I found interesting, I really like, and I'd like to give you a quick rundown. We'll start with the trim system. Nice, easy trim system to use. It's a real gentle pull, easy to use. I don't have extremely long arms and I have no problem reaching it, so nice system. You've got a little bit of Velcro there to, keep things from getting tangled up. Real nice system. One thing that I like a lot about this bar are the floats. They're made out of a bit more rugged material than normal floats, so when you grab a hold of it and you're pulling your kite around, you're not going to rip these floats. I really like them a lot. One of the neatest innovations on this kite bar is for those that find that their center lines are twisted quite often. If you twist up the lines on this kite bar, there's a swivel at the very front. So whenever you sheet in with your kite, it automatically untwists the line. So that's a real neat innovation. The thing that really sets this bar apart though is the Core rotor release system. It's a pretty slick system. Most people are used to a push or pull system. This is a twist system. According to Core, this enables you to release your kite without having to fight the force of the water, whether you're being pulled forward or backward. It's a simple twisting system. So if you're hooked in, simple twist and release. With any safety system, it takes a little bit of time to get familiar with it, and reassembling this is a little bit different than maybe what you're used to with a Ozone kite or a North kite. It can be done one-handed in the water by just putting the pin back in with a quick twist. So after a couple of times using it, got the hang of it, it's not a bad system to redo single-handed. One of the complaints that I heard though on the internet was that the rotor release system jams up when you get sand in it. And that's what I'm going to test out here today. Here in Cocoa Beach, we've got a nice fine sand. I'm going to jam this system up and see if we have any problems with it. So, we're going to fill it up with sand. I'm going to pack as much sand as I can into it and see if we can get this rotor system not to work. Really packing it in into the top here. Now, as I do this demonstration, I think it's a little silly to assume that you're gonna pick up your kite bar, jam full of sand, and go out for a session. I would always inspect my equipment before I go out, but I guess it could happen, so we're gonna test it. So, as you can see, I've jammed this rotor absolutely packed full of sand. I can't get any more in there if I wanted to. So I'm going to hook in, load it up. Let's see what happens. Twist, release the exact same. Let me give you a hint of why I might have seen a few things on the internet. Core's original bar on the chicken loop had a metal hook. They changed the design. All the kite bars being sent out now have a changed loop here. They put a little piece of fabric on it. Instead of a metal hook, you have a fabric loop. And that's the design change. The only complaints I've seen were of that prototype bar. But let's test this bar out a little bit more. Like I said, when you get a new bar system, you get used to using it. It's really easy to put back together. I'm going to pack it full of sand again. I'm going to put about as much sand in as I can get. And this is a real fine sand. goes everywhere, gets everywhere. So it's jammed up completely full. No more sand can get in there. This is definitely a worst case scenario for your emergency release system. It's loaded up, twist, releases just fine. We'll put it back together. What we're going to do now though is test what happens if this thing comes out wet. So you get a bunch of wet sand in there. A little bit of water here. You're going to wet down the bar system or the rotor system. Make sure it's nice and jammed up with this combination of wet sand. Really muddy it up. To the point of being ridiculous, huh? So, I've jammed it up full again. Wet sand. It's totally coated. Can't get any more in there. It's hard as concrete. Let's see what happens. Load up the bar, twist. Releases just fine. You know, when Cord changed their chicken loop from a metal hook to this fabric hook, I really think they took care of any problems with this jamming up at all. I've been out here now for a couple of hours before we shot this video, testing this out and getting used to the rotor system. We can't get it to jam up. So any criticism that the rotor system would jam up if you got sand in it, in fact, I've still got this pretty jammed up full of sand, even though I just released it. Any criticism that has been out there, I think is kind of, you know, been taken care of with the new design. I appreciate you looking at the review. We're going to go out and launch the kite and test out a bit more. We'll get some more videos on YouTube. Thanks a lot.